Alright, hey all, this is Polar Bear, and today we're bringing you the final exhibition of our Street Fighter 2 clones here at Vortex Gallery. So this time we're talking about TMNT tournament fighters with two hard-working community members and all-around awesome people, Hagure and Tubi More Crazy. So I'm gonna let them take over. I guess Hagure, you can go first. Tell us a bit about this game.
Obviously based on the beloved, what is it, 80s, 90s cartoon of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and kind of adapted to be a Street Fighter 2-esque fighter, one-on-one fighter. And it's pretty, as in terms of like a fighting game, it's surprisingly robust. There's like a lot of really solid gameplay choices there. That you can tell that this wasn't, they put some love into it, right? Like, I don't know the exact team who was behind it, but it was released by Konami, and they are definitely some strong players back in the Super Nintendo days. So yeah, the thing that I really love about this game though is that, yeah, as solid of a fighter it is, there is definitely some of that cheat shit that you come to know and love, right, from a lot of these SF2 clones, but not so much so where that, like, one character completely dominates the whole game. Although with that said, there are some pretty strong boss characters that are banned from tournament play. But other than them, like, you can do some pretty solid things. There is another character that is kind of undisputed right now at the moment. The king of the oceans, I should say. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, and it's a lot has that like Street Fighter 2 Turbo kind of feel of where like everybody has their own version of something that's really, really cheap. If you were to see this in a different fighting game, like any one of these characters, that thing that they have, you'd be like, yo, that's cheap, they're top tier. So with everybody having, most of the characters having their own little version of cheapness, it creates a really dynamic set of gameplay a lot of the times, I would say.
Alright, thanks for that insight. Actually, should I say Tubi? Should I say Charles? What do you prefer?
You can just call me Charles, that's fine.
Alright, go ahead. Any other thoughts you would like to share about this game?
I think that at the time this game was released, it was considered kind of like subpar. I think a lot of people got this impression from like the Genesis and the NES version that maybe they were all interchangeable or something like that. I think time has been really kind to this game. Overall, like when you think about really like over the top Street Fighter 2 cheapness, there's stuff like that in this game, but all of it feels kind of like innovative, even though it might not be that different from what was available at that time. I mean, the whole idea of having supers that are so insanely strong and having all these tactics that you don't see in a game from like 1994 or 1995. Like you really don't have that kind of ingenuity all in one place. As it was pointed out, in these kinds of games, in these old school Street Fighter 2-esque fighting games, you really have to rely on what individual characters have, and everyone has a presence. Like they all have their own weird niche that they fit into, and that I think that's a part of the reason it's kind of so memorable, and it's kind of like Street Fighter 2 in that sense. Like there's nothing wrong with being compared to Street Fighter 2. It's one of the most well-known fighting games, or games in general, like ever. Once again, I feel like to aspire to be like Street Fighter 2 and really give people that feeling, even though you're not Street Fighter 2. I think this game has that in spades. Like I don't know anyone who likes Street Fighter 2 who doesn't like tournament fighters. I'll just leave it at that, really.
All right, well put. And yeah, I agree about like Street Fighter 2 being a high bar to aim for games in this era. And I mean, if you feel like they succeeded, that's important.
Yeah, for sure. And like I would like to add on to that too. Because when you think about Street Fighter 2 and kind of its roster, right, there's definitely like character archetypes, like Charles was talking about, right? And you would think that, as a Ninja Turtles game, right, you have 4 turtles by default, right? And sure, they have different weapons, but a lot of games, especially in that era when it came to Turtles games, they all basically played the same. Like maybe Donatello had more reach, but you know, Donatello and Leo were kind of the same, and then maybe Mikey and Raph were kind of the same. But surprisingly, you know, they didn't really go for that Ryu-Ken, like, almost identical kind of thing, right? Like, I feel like the personality of the turtles themselves, like, even as, like, you know, the lore and the characters, they really did a really good job of, like, presenting that in the gameplay of the characters themselves. And, you know, of course, to the rest of the cast as well. So, I think, yeah, part of that, yeah, like, Charles was saying, the memorable characters really helps and goes a long way in making this a fan favorite.
All right, sick. At this point, I'm just gonna head right into the sets.
Cool.
All right, let me start my Discord stream up here. All right, I'm pretty much gonna go off for now, but y'all can get ready to commentate.
Oh, don't.
For sure.
You won't be included. I want your opinion on some of this stuff, man.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, 3 is definitely not a crowd, I feel, with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, I can hop in then. All right, let me start playing this. So this is gonna be Streetwise versus Mac.
Cool.
So we got two people well known in the tournament fighters community, and of course Streetwise, you know, one of the modern fathers of innovation for tournament fighters. So much stuff has been discovered just because Streetwise wanted to know.
Yeah, for sure. Like, definitely, like, looking through the wiki and stuff, like, or in the Discord, you'll see a lot of posts by Streetwise, right?
Streetwise definitely no slouch in this game. Knows the combos. Knows how. Will tell people, hey, you need to be doing this better, and has definitely had their fair share of let's just say they have done pretty well in matches in the past in tournaments. So I have no doubt that they could do pretty well here.
But I mean, you see right here, I mean, Mac ain't no slouch either, right? One of the strongest shredders out there in the scene, and definitely one of the leaders of the Las Vegas tournament. And yeah, that whole region has definitely been breaking down TF on their own, right? Having a lot of events and a lot of competitive play out there. So like already in this match, like we're seeing Shredder, you know, one of the stronger characters in this game, with that kind of like boxer-esque kind of moveset. You know, he has a rush punch. He kind of has like a headbutt-ish move, and he has invul on him, right? Like it's kind of crazy. He has like some measure of invul on them.
That actually,
that you're right through fireballs like that is scary.
Sorry, that brings up an important question on my part. So like, who's motion and who's charge in this? Right?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Boxer, you know, Shredder is like a charge-based character. Leo is kind of like the Ryu clone, right? He has a fireball, a DP, and a Tatsu, right?
The worst Tatsu ever.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad Tatsu. It's more like, well, yeah, right there, that's his DP. You know, typical, pretty good hitbox. His fireball is one of the faster ones in the game. But it also kind of has a lot of lag to it too, or recovery, I should say.
Yeah, it's a setup tool. Like you use it kind of like Guile. I would say it's more like Guile than it's like a standard fireball. This is the sort of game where if you get hit by 2 fireballs, you're getting dizzy. I mean, that's like Street Fighter 2. In Street Fighter 2, you got hit by Fierce fireball, you were dizzy. So that tradition is alive and well in this game. For sure, yeah. And you've already seen that throughout this match. You know, dizzy is definitely a thing. You know, it's a little unpredictable. Like, you know, the dizzy values do have like an RNG element to it. Oh, there we go. But yeah, like when they happen, you're just stressing, right? You're like, oh shoot, like this is gonna hurt. And there's no kind of like dizzy reset value, right? Where like if you got dizzied once, you have like, you know, it'll take more hits to dizzy you again, like in some of the games back then. Nah, like you could get dizzied again, like in 2 other hits. So it's always a factor in these matches. But we're seeing Mac pull ahead right now. You know, Leo as the Shoto character, he unfortunately doesn't fall in like the middle of the pack. At least in my opinion, I would say he's like one of the worst characters in the game.
But there are definitely people out there in the community who feel like, yo, y'all are sleeping on Leo. Like he's a contender, right? He can fight. Perhaps he can even fight who is largely considered the strongest character in the game, Armagon or Shark. So I've heard, but I don't know. If y'all have anything to chime on that, like I would definitely love to hear a counterpoint out there. But yeah.
I think the thing about Streetwise is that he's a very dedicated Leo player. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You have to anticipate there's going to be some. I mean, you're going to see some stuff that's pretty impressive. At the same time, I will say, you know, once again, you got to keep your expectations about Leo to a healthy.
Ooh,
I don't want to say minimum.
Spacing, though. Yo,
yeah,
the spacing that Streetwise has with his like fierce punches, and right there he did like an endless screw with right in his face. You know,
you know the thing that's so scary about Shredder in this match, especially, is that Leo's fireball is in his basically it's his two best moves are his fireball and his uppercut. So if you completely remove the fireball as an option, now he's a character that can throw fireballs but has to bait you to be able to like set something up out of them.
Yeah, because unlike Boxer, Shredder has a fireball reflector move. So yeah, that really, you know, normally against Boxer you can use a fireball game to kind of keep him out, but not so much with Shredder.
It's funny, you don't really think of a lot of games having fireball reflectors in this time. I mean, really, stop and think about it. How many? I mean, I guess there's Rose.
Yeah, Rose. Alpha
Rose
2.
was like 94, so yeah, I guess technically, or wait, was Alpha 1 95 or 94?
I do not know.
It's in that time frame. So
anyway,
there
around the 90s.
Why does Shredder have it? Like, it's just such a cool, neat idea to give to Shredder. Like, I guess it's because he's got the claws. He just like shoots it back at you. It's a cool little thing to give a character who, for all intents and purposes, is basically just Boxer.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a knee that's headbutt. He's got a dash punch that's tap, basically. I mean, it's funny to really stop and look at what Shredder has the option to do. And you know, at the end of the day, it's not like fireballs are like you can't not use fireballs against Shredder, because there are ways to set up around it. But yeah, you really do have to play very safe. And Leo here again is not. He's basically just got a big range. That's his advantage against Shredder here. So it's going to be interesting to see like if Streetwise can start using the heavy options
Stand
he has.
fierce,
Like, I mean, yeah, Stand Fierce and Jumping Fierce. Like, if nothing else, I will say this character reminds me of a Sam Show character. So I'm sure you know Hamaru is not a bad character. So you know, at the end of the day, if you can play him like Hamaru, you can do pretty decently.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that Jump Fierce. It takes out a lot of the moves that are really strong in this game. A lot of anti-airs that you see. It'll outright win sometimes, or you know, at least just trade. And that Stand Fierce, Streetwise, is very good at spacing it out. It reaches about like half screen, right? So yeah, you can use that kind of in lieu of a fireball game, where you know they expect you to throw out a fireball and they go for a reflector or something, and then you just go bop, and then you whack them with the Stand Fierce. But right here, oh no, that's an unfortunate combo right there, and that's gonna do it. Yeah, Mac taking that one.
The ability to chain like Street Fighter 2. Especially with these moves, like the moves in this game, if nothing else, are probably why the characters are so interesting. Like the normals are pretty standard, but the actual special moves they're so over the top. Like they're either like really bad or really really good.
Oh, there's that Jump Fierce. We go. Oh, but here crushing those moron Shredder, just that dash punching in, right? I forget, what is it? Aura Crusher is what he says. But to me, it just sounds like Moron Crusher. You know, just crushing your mons. You dared thought that you could win against this move, right?
Can you imagine? I'm trying to think. Bear, what Shredder? Like, what is Shredder in the Sam Show universe? I'm trying to think. Like, I guess who else has like Cap? I guess it's Shiz.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of characters kind of map onto that type.
Yeah,
I guess there's like.
I don't want.
If anything, he's like Genjiro, I guess, but he doesn't have the cross-up gimmicks going on.
Yeah, I don't know if you could put him in the Samsung universe, but he is legit Boxer, right? Like one of the first Shredders to win a larger tournament for TF, right? Back in the early, so just a quick recap. We're using the the tournament edition or champion. Yeah. Oh wait, not championship. We've had this before, but anyways. But yeah, you get to choose your color, and then like a custom color as one of the palettes in the game. And who did he choose? He chose a boxer color.
It's crazy thinking about the fact that this actually got run at like Mag West and all those other other like events as well. Not like major tournaments either. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, nice cross up right there. Shredder has one of the best cross ups in his jumping light kick. And with his speed, right, you know, you're always expecting him to come from the ground with his dash punches, and all of a sudden he's on top of your head with a pretty good cross up, and you're like, oof.
Oh, I wish Streetwise wouldn't go for so many endless screws. Like, I like endless screw, but I feel like it's because of the fireball reflector. They don't want to keep giving Shredder all this ammo to like pressure them back.
Yeah, and, I feel it.
That's a tough. That's probably a pretty tough match. Like, honestly, I don't really know. Like, Leo probably has some fairly decent stuff, but it's not really like a fun match for Leo.
Yeah, for sure. And we definitely saw some of that really good Leo stuff, that Leo counter stuff that Streetwise has perfected, right? Some really good punishes at a kind of a mistimed rush punch coming from Shredder. Yeah, he was able to punish it really quick. He had Leo combos down that jump fierce, you know, stand fierce fireball for the chip. Like, you know, definitely has the Leo tech down there, but like you said, it's a rough matchup, right? Leo has rough matchups all around, but especially against Shredder with that fireball reflector, yeah, shuts down a really big part of the game plan. So well played by both players. Well played.
I do see Shredder really does get to go in, and that's like a lot of the fun in these kind of games, right? You just you're always on them, and that gets really fun, I think.
Yeah, playing Rushdown in a game like this is extremely fun. Like, that's why I've played a Rushdown character the entire time I've played the game, basically. I just like, there's so many fun characters, but Wingnut with the air dive and all the stuff that's just like designed to pressure people. It's like, I don't want to say it's like dive kicks before dive kicks were a thing, but you know, I mean, Street Fighter 2 with a dive kick, that's some Dhalsim territory, basically.
Yeah, he's Wing Nito to me with that air dash, instant air dash stuff. Like, yeah, I've always called him Wing Nito because he's definitely like their prototype for later. I mean, I think Magneto might have come out before him in like Coda or something.
And yeah, I was gonna say Children of the Atom in this game were around the same time.
Yeah. So. But when you think of like Marvel 2 Magneto, who's like just in your face with that light kick, right? Like, oof, yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead to our next match.
It's gonna be X-Force. X-Force gonna be playing Chrome Dome, which is kind of a weird character with no real archetype, I guess. I don't know. How do you place him?
Chrome Dome. Okay, I say he's like the Dalsum Zangief, right? Like, he has the long range limbs of Sim that you can tell that that's where their inspiration was from. But he also has a pile driver, right, which does huge amounts of damage. But also against the turtles, which we won't be seeing this time, you know, thankfully for Mac, but has a really damaging and basically one-touch kill infinite combo. But here we see again, like, oh, look at that! See, yo, pile driver.
I really would like to say that Chrome Dome reminds me of a Capcom character, but he kind of reminds me more of an SNK character. I feel like if you're going to make the argument that this game is more like Fatal Fury, Chrome Dome would be part of that argument.
I could totally see that, yeah, for sure. I mean, you already got the ground type of fireball, right? Yeah, that's definitely one part of it. Ooh, here we go. Yeah, just using that to chip him out.
He reminds me of a World Heroes character almost. Like
World Heroes, yeah, for sure, yeah.
He's like Brocken. I mean, it's funny. Like, I mean, I'm sure Bear, as you know, you are a fan of World Heroes Perfect. I mean, do you see it? I mean, I see it.
I mean, he's got the dive kick too on top of all these weird.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. The captain himself, right? Oh man, yeah, I could totally see that. But yeah, like in this matchup you're here, right? Like, doesn't have to. Chrome doesn't have. Ooh. Oh, is that? Oh, no dizzy. All right, we still up in there. Yeah, right through the fire. Nice. Oh,
and that's gonna
that's gonna chip him out. Yeah, 2 super chips to end the round. But well, yeah,
Anything-
nice response from Mac over there.
Anything the supers also really remind me of World Heroes. Just kind of like they're kind of big and slow and do a ton of chip or damage if they manage to hit you.
A little over the top, yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, you know, when this game came out, Street Fighter 2, I mean, yeah, it had supers, but I don't know if I'd really describe the super system in that game like this.
Yeah, it was
I
more
feel
like EX specials, right?
I see at the end of the day, every time someone asks me like which I prefer, Street Fighter 2 or like Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury, it's always kind of spoken to me a little bit more, even though I've played Street Fighter 2 since like the original like arcade release as like a little kid. At the end of the day, my heart, I see this game and I feel like, of course, Fatal Fury Special is like Street Fighter 2. So it's a weird argument to even make, kind of. But if you really like look at what the game plays like, it feels more like an SNK game with the low health, and you get supers when you're low on health. It's like a comeback mechanic that, I mean, you don't get more meter in Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? You always build the same amount of meter.
Yeah, and the meter system in this game is like pretty interesting too. Like how you could lose your super, right? That's really frustrating sometimes. You know, you're like, oh, I got super, let me mash on it, and then no, it's like they took your super meter away from you. So it's a nice, you know, kind of like a different meta, right?
Oh my god!
Yo, in between, and that's gonna do it, yo. X-Force though, that was sick.
Yeah, X-Force definitely looking good. Winning the Vortex Gallery tournament was definitely a sign that he was going to do fairly well today. But he's doing some pretty interesting stuff so far with a character we don't see, at least not that often, really.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Chrome Dome, well, one of the more fun characters in my opinion. Yeah, it's, you know, as definitely not as easy to play. I would feel like, you know, you really need to know your spacings very hard. But yeah, if you can do that, if you can master like how to use his fireball, how to use his SPG like that,
so scary.
Oh my god!
The more I watch this dive kick pressure, it's like you really have to hit him out of the air every time he jumps straight up. Like you can't let him use it because it's just a free setup.
Yeah, once he's in, yeah, and in case you didn't know, in this game you can grab people out of block stun. So that makes things like that, like tick setups are real. You know, like if you make them block that stand jab, bam, there you go. You connected yourself an SPD. And you know, Chrome Dome's not the only character that applies to, but yeah, it's definitely one of his strongest tools. And
it's all situational. That's the thing. Like it's like it just happens to be that Chrome Dome's really good at it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like you were saying,
there are other games like that too that kind of have that thing going on. Samsho 3 for 1.
Oh, okay. See, there you go. Another samurai. I say before, and I'll say it again. People who like Samsho seem to like this game.
Yeah, and then Mac tried to use the invul of the Rush Punch to go through the Chrome Spark, but just ran out. Didn't have enough. And I think that's one of the cool things about this matchup, especially, is that the slow Chrome Spark, right, is really hard for Shredder to just blow through. Whereas the fast one, like, it comes at you hella fast. So, like, if you ain't ready, oh, whoa, beautiful stand Fierce Punch to check the rush. Oh, but here we go, yeah. And man, what was that? Misinput.
Oh, wow, and it's just a trade. Literally just trading. Just like, whatever, you tap me, I'll get a Fierce. That's just how it works. I mean, that's the power of having a Crouching Fierce that's like, I don't even know, like, that's some serious range on a Crouching Fierce punch.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty nice. Yeah, can't complain about that one for sure. And it's cancelable on block, so you can, hit that, hit a Chrome Spark or something. Yeah, you're pretty good.
Round 1, fight!
But yeah, I mean, it's been close, and this is something that we saw even throughout the Vortex Gallery tournament itself, right? Like X-Force, like he lives in the corner sometimes. Like he's fine with getting pressure to the corner, but he will fight it out. It's kind of like he's luring you to his den, right? Like he knows exactly what you're trying to do.
That Chrome Spark, he's just using the Chrome Spark to beat the crouching light punches, which is really smart.
Oh, but here we go. Mac is in, but yeah. Look at that. Beautiful.
See, now this is actually a scary situation because I don't really think that that's a great idea. Reflecting Chrome Spark, I mean, it's not a terrible idea, but if you're going to do that, rushing in afterwards could be a really dangerous choice.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, yo. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Look at this. No health. Pixel health on both sides. What? Oh, yo. Yo, Mac. That was godlike. Oh, man.
That was a hard fought match. Very, very nice.
Round 2. Fight.
All right. Yeah, so both of them definitely feeling it after that one.
I'm curious, Bear. Like, once again, I know your expertise is in a couple of games that maybe I don't have that level of expertise in. Like, would Chrome Dome work in like Don Kuga? Like, what do you think? What do you think of like? Is Chrome Spark too broken for a character that has this many throw options?
I think like, because you got to account for the engine, right? Dankuga's got a lot of throw protection, so I think he'd be fine. But kind of reminds me of like Marco in that game, who's also got kind of like the sim normals, but he's got a high-low game instead of like command grab, like tick throw game.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about the comparison. That makes a lot of sense.
Marco's such a weird character too. Again, that game's also like, it's canceled, but it was like working through 94. So it's kind of ahead of its time.
Okay, I was about to say the ROM glitched out for a second. That happens every so often.
But yeah. I mean, Mac came back in that one with a pretty quick 2-0. Definitely used a lot of that reflect into rush punch to catch Chrome Dome jumping and try to stick out the normal. So good adjustment right there. Let's see. I feel like
X-Force is gonna try and start baiting stuff. I feel it because that throw range is so good.
It's so good, yeah.
And this the other thing too. I was gonna say, like, they always have the option to just go ahead and do another Chrome Spark.
And see, this is where Shredder gets really scary, right?
Oh no!
Oh man, yo, flailing over there. Yeah, but we ain't taking the win here. We playing it out. Let's see. Oh, knockdown. What's it gonna be? Oh, but gotta watch out.
Now there's gonna be super.
Oh,
yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Chrome Dome is that neutral jump is just so strong. It feels like on Wake Up, you kind of like in that situation, just you want to jump anyway to avoid as much damage from the super. So
yeah.
Is his jump like fast, or are neutral jumps like invincible, like a beat 'em up or something?
So there's different rates of jumping. Some characters are slower, some characters are faster. Armagon, another reason why Armagon is so strong is that he jumps in like one frame. So things that normally would be like guaranteed on Wake Up don't work on them. Now, obviously, he also has Shark Upper, so it wouldn't matter either way. It's just one more layer of madness that he's allowed to commit on you. But it's see, and this is the thing I was.
Oh, fake cross up! Yo, what? I have never seen that before. That was awesome.
Chrome Dome has the options that come with having a drop, like a dive kick, and then also with the ability to do a command grab from like 2 characters away. Like if Yun's command grab went from that far away,
that would be violence.
That's like some AE. That's like some Street Fighter 4 level.
Yeah. But here we go. Yeah, X-Force taking that one. Yeah, doing a really good job at just pressuring from afar with Chrome Spark and the normals. But then as soon as you get close, that command grab is on deck.
Nice. Standing roundhouse was very, very good choice there. Now this, I mean, obviously Shredder has to respect the very beginning of that, but Knee should allow them to escape if they really, really want to.
Ended it right there.
So back there when he got that, like, is that like a mash throw, or is that just one solid animation, right?
Oh no, that's a normal throw. It just does that animation. You're 100%.
Yeah. No mashing it out.
That gives him like setups, right? Like, what's the deal with those kind of setups he gets?
Well, basically, you either have to reversal perfectly, or you just have to block. It's one of those throws.
Yeah. Yeah, because of that strong command grab option at the end. And against almost half of the cast, all the turtles, that actually getting grabbed leads to that unblockable TOD that they just can't avoid. But here we go. Look. Oh, and a dizzied. Oh, how unfortunate. But here we go. Mac is in.
Chrome Spark just so strong. But now both players cannot use their super at the same time. So in that situation, I guess actually it looks like Mac might have run out of super at the very last second. But that
He's got like a
two people cannot activate supers at the same time. So it wouldn't have mattered if one of them fired it off first, then the other one wouldn't have been able to do it until it finished. So
yeah, Mac had just lost super while he was walking forward. And yeah, that's something that happens in this game. Like I was saying before, like you can lose super and then it just thwarts all of your plans, right? So
yeah. You can overfill your super at least, though. So that's at least one advantage. Like if you hit a person with a fierce punch while you have full meter, you still get like a fierce punch's worth of meter.
Okay.
So that is one thing that you can do, but it is also, once again, you can't see how much you've overfilled it. So you kind of have to just know how much time you have to use it. It's a skill that, if you use super as one of your main options, like you kind of have to know. In some characters, their super is not that great. So it's really not that big a deal if they don't have super. It's just like, okay, well, I just want to win without using super if I can help it.
So as far as like losing your super, it just goes down with time, or is there something more to it?
It is time based. Yeah, it's just one of those situations where there's a max value that you can see, and it, like I said, allows you to overfill a little bit, but it'll count down, and then the biggest thing to remember more than anything is that the lower your health, the more super you build. That's really the key to comebacks in this game, because if a person catches you and takes 80% of your life, if you have a character that can kill a person in one super, then no big deal. You're still in the game, and that's kind of the big thing to keep in mind, is supers can be a great equalizer.
All right. So up next, our final set: Mac versus Funk Doc.
Oh, this is one I've been looking forward to.
All right.
I know Funk Doc is really solid with Raph. Tell me about that.
Okay, Funk Doc's Raph. Yeah.
Yeah, Funk Doc's been playing this game for a very long time. I recently was sent a picture of Funk Doc at a tournament holding a cartridge, and I was like, this man brought Tournament Fighters and brought it to the photo shoot. I'm like, that is commitment, and I've been playing him for years online, back in the prehistoric internet days when Z Battle and ZNet and all that stuff was how you played SNES fighting games online.
Nice.
So it's going to be interesting. I don't think I mean, Funk Doc has always been a contender in every game he plays. I'm not going to say that that's not the case, but I do know that this is a chance for him to show off that maybe he hasn't had as much time to prepare. I mean, Mac has been playing this game pretty seriously for several years.
Oh, the super!
Very nice, very nice super timing.
Yeah, yeah, really good stuff to. I love seeing some Raph. Raph, in my opinion, is the strongest turtle. It definitely has a lot of moves. Kind of like a CE Bison with, right there, he's got the tornado. And then,
If you told someone to name a character that Raphael reminded them of, I am 100% sure they would say M. Bison. There's no question.
Bison with a great fireball.
Oh, that was a trade too. I thought he was maybe going to get back up.
Yeah, so Raph, his chest buster, his kind of scissor kick like move, also has some invul on startup, so you can blow through some moves. Jamboree has a lot of startup as a fireball, but once it's out, you get to move pretty much right after. So get a lot of, oh man, but here we go, just crushing those morons in and over. Oh, I love that. Yeah, whipping the knee into a throw, right? But
it's a great setup. Now, as you can see, Funk Doc already full meter, gonna use that super, cash it out.
Gets the hit, and it dizzied with the optimal combo to finish it off.
Very nice optimal.
Very nice comeback right there from Funk Doc. Like,
standing light kick is not something that you see a lot of, and that was a very good time to use it. Very good timing.
Real nice.
Yeah, that super, as long
So it
as you
looks
like
like-
get them in the right place, it seems like it always stuns pretty much.
Of course, Funk Doc switching up the colors. I appreciate that. This is Championship Edition. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's okay to pick your favorite color, but I mean, Mac has an excuse. Mac, that is Mac's color right there. So we really, I can't really blame him for wanting to play his color.
Here we go. Yeah, back and forth from each side. Yeah, Funk Doc doing a really good job at using the chest buster just to get in there.
Oh, Dizzy.
Oh, but misses the combo. Here we go. Max back in it. Oh, with the
Interestingly,
cross up. Okay.
the stun in this game counts down slowly, more akin to like Street Fighter 3. So if you get caught by something, even if you wait a decent amount of time, I mean, there's
Yeah,
a
you
good
still got a
likelihood
lot
you
of
still
fun
have.
value.
Yeah, it's not like some games where you just lose it all at once. And I'm sure it's been mentioned in the past, but of course, you know, Raphael is part of an exclusive club of characters that doesn't reset their. Oh wow, that was a nice cross up. Who that doesn't reset their stun when they hit the ground after a throw. So Raphael, in addition to having the lowest stun in the game, also has the worst ability to get rid of stun.
Really? Oh, okay. Today I learned.
Oh, the jump, the
Yo,
neutral jump,
light.
light.
All right.
So good. Neutral jumps are really strong in this game. I feel like Street Fighter 2, that was supposed to be the lesson. You were supposed to just be like neutral jump to
Yeah.
get over stuff, but don't ever jump unless it's gonna actually like lead to something. This game keeps that tradition alive.
Oh, so good with these cross-up combos.
Catching the dizzies, that's another dizzy.
Yeah.
Oh, but does the power
does it
drill?
kill? Oh, are we gonna see
I mean, it did
another
seem like that
triple
might
combat? I mean, this is Shredder. This definitely can happen. All right, very nice. Gets out of the way with the power. Oh, gets the hit.
Oh, it doesn't kill.
Oh,
The
is that a
double
double?
KO.
Whoa.
The double
It's a double
KO.
KO.
Wow, that was very, very
Dang,
nice.
man. But Mac though, like, oh, so close to a full comeback again right there. But yeah, I think
You
he'll,
gotta take what
he'll
you
take
can
that double KO. Gives him another chance, right?
And again,
Oh.
you can definitely see the origins. You know, I mean, rush punch. It's just rush punch, rush punch, rush punch. It's so much pressure. Oh my god! And see, very reminiscent of, especially Dictator, catching all these kicks into a scissor kick for a dizzy is just like, oh, okay, I wonder what that reminds me of. You know,
Yeah.
they both have meter. Oh, crap! Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if he could have Auron Crusher under it to try to escape. But
You can actually reflect this super, but it is
Really?
extremely,
but yeah, there's
extremely
so
hard.
many of them, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well, I did not know.
It's range dependent, and on top of that, it's also kind of like, I don't want to say suicidal. I mean, if you have no choice, you have no choice. You know, you
Yeah.
really, when you have no health, you might as well try.
That's what's up. All right, so we get
It's not
another
something you
color
do at full
change.
health. Let's just put it that way. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Another stage change. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's
Man,
active.
yeah, that's Rush Punch is so active, right?
Wow. Of course, being a charge character, Mac had to consider what the best option was there. Couldn't really go in and just immediately go for a Moron Crusher. Ooh, the anti-air. See, jumping in is just as scary in this game because as good as the jump attacks are, and they're by no means bad, they do require you to kind of wait. You have to wait until you get
Yeah.
closer to the ground to really be able to combo off them. So anti-airs are,
right over the jamboree. That was it.
that's a rare thing. You don't see a lot of that. The backdash kind of, I guess it just pushed him out of range, kind of, actually. That worked out. Oh, very
wow.
nice. Dizzy. Yeah. And this isn't going to dizzy, but anything is going to dizzy after this.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh! Both.
Oh!
And you can see, they're both so close to super. Like, right there is
Yeah.
where it gets so tense. I liken it to, I'm trying to think what other game really reminds you of that, because Street Fighter 2, I mean, yeah, there's kind of that, I kind of see that, but it's never really with like a super. Like, what
Yeah, it's
game
not
has
like a
these
tug of war
super
of
situations
super
like
stuff.
this?
But man, oh wow, what an ending! Yeah, this match has been back and forth between both of them. I mean, to the point where we got a double KO. Oh, I love the color. I love the classic
Ooh.
color. All right, but here we go. Yeah, Mac just going in hard, man. Just
Oh,
yeah.
nice punish. Oh, goes for the
Ooh,
throw.
good tip.
Very, very nice. Okay. I mean, it's one of those situations where both of these players are so ready to use their reversals. You gotta like bait, but also still somehow not seem too obvious.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because yeah,
Oh, that's the charge.
Wait, catches the jump.
Oh, that's gonna be super.
Oh no, didn't get the super out. Was mashing
wow.
that super and it just didn't come out. Oh man. And yeah, Josh will take that one for sure.
Round 2. Fight.
But yeah, okay, so let's see. Starting it off with the knee.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and then the recovery to Shredder's moves is just so like deceptively fast, right?
The thing is basically a headbutt. I mean, that's how
Yep.
fast it is. Oh, nice. That was a smart reversal there. And now, I mean, they both are low enough on health where either one could get super. I mean, but the thing is, Raph's super is so much scarier than
And with the
Shredder's.
neutral jump. Again with the neutral jump right there. Definitely.
I'd rather deal with Shredder's super all day over Raphael's. So
Yeah, once Raphael gets it, then it's kind of like, well, I'm either blocking and taking a whole bunch of stuff, or yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, what a beautiful knee right there. And yeah, again, yeah, it's so hard. You gotta kind of like preemptively punish it. Like if you sit there, you're just gonna take the throw after the knee.
this game is reversal heavy. There's incentives to use moves as reversals on Wake Up, and I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's the hits that you're not seeing them do, where it's like, okay, we're like, if I do a hit, I'm gonna get reversaled.
Oh,
Like right there.
nice power drill right there. I love what Funk Doc did right there. Jump back a few times to go in for the full screen power drill for the chip, and then the throw set up right after. Because if you're too close, then yeah, you can get punished CE Psycho Crusher style. But I mean,
Oh, Max switching up the colors, maybe?
all right.
Well, at least
all
getting
right.
to show them off. I appreciate it, Mac. Thank you. Again, these colors, I mean, at least in my opinion, they are community made, so it's always cool to see someone's color get shown off.
Yeah, if anything, like, there's definitely all the tournament improvements, which are my favorite improvements of CE, but the colors, oh man, the colors I got like.
The colors were why this game got Championship Edition, like for real.
Oh no. Doesn't finish the combo though.
There's the dizzy though, and see that's the thing. It's just meter.
Oh, but yeah, that was checkmate right there.
Mac isn't using reflect. I know that Mac knows this, and I know that Mac knows that they can use dash Aura Crusher to get out of this. But it is one of those things where it's like you have to once again figure out when it's going to happen because you don't want to just run face first into a super.
The good stuff right here. Oh, and then that's what we've been seeing like all night. It's like if somebody gets if Matt gets the knee, if Josh gets the chest buster and gets the knockdown, then the momentum completely shifts.
Yep.
And you just see them using both of those moves over and over again. So strong, right?
Well,
like,
they want the meter. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The meter.
Lots of chip. Knee reversal, like you said, reversal heavy matchup.
I feel like
he kind of went for the walk up there too, probably trying to throw, hoping that Mac would kind of freeze up.
Yeah, it would have been smart to have thrown a fireball. I'm pretty sure even after that super, you can still throw a fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dizzy.
Oh, I love this combo.
Now that's gonna reset the stun. So now Shredder. Well, yeah, there you go.
Just take the trade. Yep.
Funked out. And doing really strong with Raphael here.
Yeah, for sure. And and Raph is also being a charge-based character, right? Like, has to watch out a lot for those cross-ups coming from Shredder. That's why you see a lot of Shredder jumped, chest buster out, right? Like really trying to avoid that. You get to use the the charge that you stored and also get out of the bad situation. But yeah, both of these strong moves starting right off with it. You have to really time, when they are, because they both have some form of invul, right? But yeah, if you do it, oh, lovely backflip right there.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, wow, dizzy again. You see, and that's at this point, what seems to be happening is that Funkdoc is doing a combo, then getting right back to the edge of doing stun, and then just going for something to try and catch the dizzy. And I mean, it's working out pretty well.
Yeah, definitely really abusing that whole dizzy mechanic, right?
Ooh, that's dizzy right there. Not dizzy, but it is demoralizing. Getting hit by Chestbuster just makes you feel like, okay, now I'm back out. Oh no! Oh, very nice stuff.
Wow.
Very good. That was a great match.
Yeah, really well played from Funkdoc right there. But yeah, good stuff once again to Mac and to Funkdoc. Yeah, really showing to me. I would say that's probably number 2 and 3, or 2, 3, or at least top 4 characters right there. With Shredder and Raphael, both really strong characters and both strong players on their own right for those two representatives. But man,
You can't really name a character that's more of an equalizer than Shredder either. I feel like no one in the game really has like that easy of a matchup. We saw some stuff tonight that even that looks kind of like bad for Shredder, but it's still it's anyone's match in that matchup. He's kind of like the he's like the character that could do it all. Only thing he can't do is chuck his own fireball, basically.
yeah.
Right, so that's going to close things out. Any last words you want to say before we pretty much wrap this up?
Yeah, I guess thank you for allowing us this opportunity, Polar Bear, to showcase once again, one of my favorite fighters in general, but also, SF2 clones, Super NES fighters, like just a really fun game, that you wouldn't expect out of like a franchise, kind of, clone from back in the day. So yeah, thank you very much for hosting us. Hope to everyone out there that you enjoyed some of this high level TMNT tournament fighters play. And yeah, definitely check the community out as to be more crazy. We'll tell you right now.
Yeah, if you're interested after seeing this stuff, we have recently come up with a couple of really good solutions for net play. Dolphin is a great option for most people, and also, of course, there's always Null DC Bear. If you're interested in trying this game out, the Championship Edition is readily available on the Discord. You can also find us on Twitter. It's TMNT_TF. Of course, we cover just about every 16-bit fighting game at this point. But if you have any interest in old school fighting games, especially if you're a big fan of Street Fighter 2 clones, I would suggest you check it out and then come give us a heads up, and we'll be happy to teach you what we know and try to get you up to speed. Because I can tell you right now, there are plenty of people who are interested in seeing new faces and getting a chance to play against more people, especially with the possibility of people coming together, maybe a combo breaker. It's not too late to get some practice in for something that's going to be, at least in my mind, a guaranteed tournament. And if that interests you, yeah, please come on by.
Yeah, that's some awesome stuff. So that's going to be it for me. I mean, again, thanks for coming out, and thanks for kind of helping me put this together too. I mean, I didn't really know too much about the community, but it was nice to reach out and kind of get such a response, right? Again, people are really eager to play these games, so definitely check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been awesome.